What were you best at doing?
Yeah.
And then the second question I love to ask is, what was your favorite part of it?
I tell you, here's the best thing I think is that I'm naturally curious. I remember I went to my friend owns a company called Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Ever seen that beef jerky,
sure.
the Jack Link's Jerky?
Great commercials.
We're three-generation family friends of the Jack Link's family. This is 1998, and I'm in Chicago. I'm living downtown in Lincoln Park, and my franchise office was out in Elgin, Illinois. Anyway, and I go to visit the Links at a food show where they were showing their Jack Link's Jerky. And I walk by an Oscar Mayer booth, and I see the Oscar Mayer ham that I'm using. And this is a grocery store show. So I go up to this ham, and he's like, "What do you think about that ham?" I said, "Well," he said, I'm using this ham." He said, "What are you using it for?" I said, "I'm using it in my restaurants." He says, "Oh, we're the grocery store show." He said, "How much of this ham are you using?" I said, I'm using about 50,000 pounds a month. He says, "Oh, can we talk?"
I'll bet.
I said, "What would you like to talk about?" He says, "I can private label this for you and pack this for you for Jimmy John's, and I can cut off a whole bunch of money. And once the distributor doesn't control the label and you control the label, it's now you're just paying him for distribution, and I can save you about 30% on the ham." I'm like, "Well, am I really glad I walked by this booth? Let's give it." So we met, we gave it a shot. Wow. So that from that forward, it just we did it with all the products at Jimmy John's, and then what we would do is we would deconstruct the product like the potato chips. The potato chips have corrugated, which is the box. They have a petroleum film. They got a Idaho russet potato. They have peanut oil. They have seasoning, and then pallets, and then shipping. And so we deconstruct the potato chips, and we said, look, what can we buy and what can we take the risk on with the commodity, so that the manufacturer could still make their margin, but they wouldn't have to worry about the risk factor of the commodity increasing. We took that risk ourselves, and in doing so, we were able to sell the franchisees really, really great products and save them a lot of money. So my curiosity really, I'll give you an example. The pallet of the potato chips, when we put the pallets into the semis, there was about a 10-inch gap of usable space on the top of the semi. And when you're shipping potato chips, you're shipping air. So I redesigned the whole box and the potato chip bag to capture that 10 inches of space down the entire semi. And it was free shipping in a 10% increase. We decreased the shipping cost 10% because I increased the height because I redesigned those boxes. So, so we did it with potato chips. We did it with pork bellies and bacon. And at the end, we had a third of our income from our buying group. Like they packed Hellmann's mayonnaise for Jimmy John's, and they could pay $32 for 4 1-gallons, or they'd go to Sam's Club and buy the same case of Hellmann's for $55, and we were making $7 a case. So, and we had to disclose to the franchisees every year what money we made from third-party vendors. They keep you honest, and so we only were able to take money when it was visibly crystal clear to the franchisee that it was really saving them significant money. So anyway, my curiosity.
Yeah.